All right. Yeah, Sam's here. All right. Don't need that. So we're just going to launch into our workshop tools.
I could do like a
create, modify. Wizard's Tower is mine. Trying to get all these other windows to go away. So this covers the animated portion that you need. So kind of important. All right. So I'm going to go open Hammer. The best way that I found to do this, there's 100 ways to do anything in any of our DET type programs. But in Hammer, the best way I found was using brushes. I can't add the things that I want to just a mesh. So I've got to use a brush, make it do the things, and then give the mesh as a child, basically. So I'll walk through it quickly. This one already works. I've got a rotating door there, and I'll just set something up over here, and we'll do a rotating and we'll do a sliding. Yeah, that's what we'll do. Okay, so the first thing you need is a brush, and so that's this guy right here, this little block tool. So click on that. If I start dragging out a block right now, I get this default grid thing. I can change that before I ever get started. So I'm going to come down here and browse. This goes into this. You can use some of your door textures, use wood, whatever. If you want to just actually use the brush as the door, that's fine, right? I've got the arched door, so I wanted to associate a mesh with it. If you just want just a flat, like regular door, just throw a texture on it. So I'm just going to make this metal, whatever, use that one. So I've just changed the active material, and then I come in here and I drag out the door, and for whatever reason, it hates me. What's going on there? Did I just freeze? And freaking fast. Here we go. All right, so pull that out, pull this out. We'll just get a rough door shape. And then this being a brush, I can do this. I can hit Control T. And what did you say to me? Oh, I got to hit Enter first. Now hit Control T.
Wait, what did you do?
What's happening? It's not working. Hold on, this thing is lying to me all over the place. Why is it not solid? Why is it see-through? Why is nothing working the way I expected it to? Oh, this is Hammer. All right, try this again. Okay, we selected existing entity, trigger multiple, add it to the selected, sure. Okay, here we go. And this is it. So the class. All right, so sorry. It was over here on the side. I'm going to add func.
So you created the thing and then what?
Control T to basically add a trigger to it. And I couldn't add a trigger to just a mesh. So that was the problem. And so func rot button is going to give me a rotating door. Okay, so I'm going to add that. And then down here in the scrunched up, awful looking properties, I've got the speed of the door is going to go at 50. It defaults to a squeaky sound, and it's going to go 90 degrees. I can change that, but I can leave that the way it is. This is set up, but we need to tweak it. So I'm going to go ahead and run this and show you what it does. The problem is it rotates from the pivot. So I basically need to change the pivot, which I haven't found a way to just actually move the pivot, which I think there's a way to do, I just haven't done it. So what I've done is, well, I'll just show you now. I'll go into edit mode on this, so I'll just grab faces. So here's my pivot right in the center of it. So I'm going to grab a face on this.
Oh wait, you can move the pivot itself.
You can move the pivot itself?
On the side, you know that plus button with a circle? That's the pivot like move tool. On the left side of the screen. Like the toolbar on the side.
Yeah, so
I'm not seeing.
Far left,
far
left.
left, underneath where you resize.
This?
That one.
That one.
Ah, okay, perfect.
And you can move the pivot after that, you have to press the button that says set origin to pivot. In the tools.
Even better.
Above your standing by screen.
Yeah. I had this issue yesterday.
Wait, Billy's moving on me. What's going on? Okay, there. Set it ish, and then set origin to pivot.
Yes.
Yes, sir.
That does it. Okay. Even better. I was just literally moving the faces to the matchup to the pivot. Hey, hammer's a weird beast, man.
Yeah.
All right, so this should work now. So I've basically created a door. So let me go ahead and save F9. Good night. Why is nothing working? There we go. Build that guy. Save the changes.
Why is this button so big?
It's the resolution changing back and forth. It gets better. So wow, it's not showing in the thing. So I've got to do this live. So yeah, I've got that set up. I've got to turn around. It's not displaying literally. There. There we go. Do it some. This is the worst version of the backwards cap I've ever seen in my life. Okay.
Dang. Yeah.
Agile. Where am I at
Grace
now?
would be proud.
So when you just click on it, it'll open now?
It should, if I can get to it.
In
In
theory,
my-
it should work, but because we're having to do the weirdest
What?
thing.
Chase, look up. Look at him. Look at him.
All right.
Excuse me, what?
Look at that.
Well, I can't, it's not displaying on the thing, but I can see it here. So I'm trying to do this guided tour here. It's the worst.
Oh.
Still not. Dadgummit. And it's not working. Go figure. Yep. This is about what I expect.
Let's go.
Every live demo ever. All right. Just gonna kill it.
Yeah.
We'll try it again. Like you're literally hooked up. I want to see what's going on.
If you were to stand, because today you're half.
To do something.
Oh, I'm getting that weird. I'm getting that weird.
Okay.
I'm just gonna see how the challenge show. Actually, no, it's one of these on its side.
That's what I'm saying. It looks right.
It's fine.
That's what I'm saying. It looks like the actual show. Yeah.
It's just one dog. I don't actually do that.
With an actual working screen, so much better.
We're getting the weird. Oh wait, we're good.
Right. That's been me all day. Like, it doesn't work. No, never mind, it does. I don't know what's happening. Okay, is that showing?
Yep.
Okay, we're here. I feel like I should grab that. It's right there. All right. Nope. Oh, what happened? I lost everything.
Everything that.
The screen just went dead randomly.
Yeah.
Wait for the video cleaner in his office doing this.
Yeah, that might have to be what happens. Record it there. It's just dead. I've got sound.
Can you see right now?
Yeah, through the nose part, I'm seeing my screen.
Start disabled.
If you're willing to, you make it finish the proper overcome on class.
Huh? No one likes you. Huh?
I mean, it is 2:40.
So I have
Oh, that's what's happening.
How do I get it out? Do it.
Yeah, this might be something you're gonna have to.
Yeah, I'll just have to record this. I almost did it last night. Here we go. Okay, so that opened. So that's one I had previously set up. I don't know what's going on with the other one. And then this, crunched up properties thing doesn't help either. So let me see. We'll try this one. Oh, one checkbox. I thought that was defaulted. So use activates is all I need to do. And that counts for the trigger. Save that. So underneath spawn flags. Here's the other one you'll need is toggle. Turn toggle on. And then it's going to be either open or closed. If you don't have toggle on, it'll rotate out, wait a second, and rotate back.
Alright. There goes everything.
Right? Here we go.
Yard.
The power of VR.
On my forehead.
Riggs, basket check required. Oh my gosh, the door, it moved.
It should work.
Oh,
You're right.
also, what did you do?
The music.
No.
Because they already have a
We
script.
weren't originally, we didn't know we had to.
There we go. It rotated. I think the pivot might be off, but
We could make some.
that rotated. So,
I can text you. I can text you.
Because then we can put some of like the screens that have this process, like friends list build, like the outside, like where you open the big hobbit door. Or we can I can experiment with skybox stuff and just have like Middle Earth or like Shire like screen, similar to the Oculus one. It's like,
Yeah.
all right, so let me show you what I did here. I've got a brush. I've got just a box inside this door. Okay? And that's the thing that's actually activating. And I just parented the door, made the door the child of the brush. So this is my wooden door. And down here in hierarchy, I said your parent is door trigger. And door trigger is the name of the box that's inside the door. So if I stuck my head through the door, I could see that there was another box inside of it, whatever.
How'd you do an empty game object?
What empty game object?
That empty thing that you're putting as the parent, or that.
So door trigger is the brush.
So you just put a brush with no material on it?
No, it's got a material. It's actually got a wooden material, but it's inside the door, so you can't see it. If I take this door and move it, let me just do that really quick. You can see this is the trigger. This guy, he's just got a big old nasty wood texture on him, but he's literally inside the confines of the door. And the door is just, I think I've got him right now as a prop destination physics. I did something weird with them. I was experimenting with. So the problem with these types of doors is they don't do like everything else, where when I get close enough to it with my controller, it glows. And the other bag end that I saw on Steam did that. And so I don't know if they use the animation style. They did something else. I did find a way for this prop destination physics, like everything else, but this is a child of my door trigger, so it only moves with the door trigger. If I look directly at it, it'll glow now. So it at least gives people in the environment a different visual cue that, hey, this is interactable. Whereas everything else, I'm just kind of waving my controller around through things to see what glows, see if it's pick upable. So if I stare directly at this door, now if it's like this, if it's off in the peripheral, it won't glow. But if I'm looking directly at it now, the door will glow. And that's under wooden door, glow properties, look at. There's so much stuff in here. You can change the glow per object. Say this thing glows red and this thing glows yellow, whatever. But I've got that set to look at. So that works. If you want to use a mesh that you've got, the best way I found to do it, and it's on the door itself, I just said under hierarchy, hey, your parent is this thing called door trigger, and I just had named my brush earlier. The sliding doors work almost the same way, but kind of slightly differently. Let me go ahead and try and set one up in the 4 minutes we've got left, even though it's not going to, maybe it'll work. All right, so I'm going to come back over here. We'll just make another brush. It's a big old thick door. I'll hit enter to complete it. There we go. I'll just leave the pivot where it's at. So on this, hit Control T, and I'm going to add Funk button instead of Funk Rot button. So this is literally designed for buttons like this. So look at this guy right here. This arrow coming out of the back of him. That's the direction he is now set to move. The button will move. The door will slide when I press it. The dimensionality of itself. So if the door is this wide and I tell it to go sideways, that's how far it's going to go, unless I give it other parameters. Okay, so I can come down here, and if we can see it all, so we've got a move direction, pitch, yaw, and roll, and I can say, let's just say set that to 90 on the Y, and you can see the arrow says it's going to go that way. Okay, if I did some weird numbers here, it would like go all weird and cattywampus. So it'll go whatever directions you tell it to, so be careful about what you tell it to do. That's fine. Speed, by default, these move a lot slower. Change the speed up. The other thing to do is there's a delay. You want to set toggle on this again. And I'm trying to find in my half tall stuff. Use sound, lock sound, lip. Okay, so this is at 0. If I add, all right, look, you see this right here? If you look really close, this is 40 inches across. See that 40? Brush is really nice. They tell us how big they are. So if I say now the lip on that is 20, it's only going to go half of that 40, right? It's going to take 20 off the 40. It'll only slide 20 inches now. If I wanted this thing to go really far away, I could give it a negative lip. if I say negative 40, now it'll slide 2 full widths. Make sense? It's really weird, but that's what it does. And then the other thing you need to do is in your spawn flags, again with the toggle, which means if I click it once, it'll open. If I click it again, it'll close. If I don't have toggle on, it'll go womp womp.
Do you need the activate one? That activates?
Use activates should already be on, and that's the same thing. So use is, I got my controller inside of it, I pull the trigger, that's going to activate it. I can see.
Activate where your controller, whatever, like fingers touch it.
I'm not sure. I haven't played with that. I've just used the use. If you can experiment with that, and it's possible that like as I'm swinging my controllers around, if I brush the door and touch activate works that way, then the door will start moving. But again, right? So these are brushes that they'll use whatever material we've got. Good luck retexturing them. The way I'm going to use them is I'm going to put them inside a mesh. So I will make a child mesh, put the brush inside of it, and then it'll make the mesh move instead of just this weird blocky thing. These brushes we can also, I could in theory, if I had the time and wanted to, I could make this more stylized. I could 3D model on this. So this is a cube in Blender. I can add vertices. I can make this into the arch shape if I want. You can do the 3D modeling here. I ain't gonna do it. Good luck if you want to. I'm just gonna child an actual mesh to it. So those are doors. That can be a statue that moves a little bit when you touch it on your counter. Like it can be whatever. Something needs to move using either Funk Rot button or Funk button. Good luck. We will look. I don't think we need to look at how to publish because it's just done. But if anyone's trying it by Thursday or even by Tuesday and has questions, let me know.